right, so we'll start another journey here. There are bumblebees flying everywhere. I've caught my breath a little bit more. So, all right. You gotta be a little careful. They threw a lot of garbage out here in this area. I just don't want to step on anything that's gonna hurt me. All right, so let's see. So if you really want to have fun, you see that tower up there? We own up to that tower. And that's a lot. So I want to walk up to that part too. We're just doing a little portion here, the first portion of our property, which is pretty cool. There's that old house. So, story behind this house, it was built, I think they said either in the 30s or 40s, and it was here forever, and it wasn't in bad failing shape, but the older guy, 2 owners before us, the family owners, he wasn't in the best of health and couldn't really watch it, so some assholes came in and they took out all the timbers, the old timbers, which are worth money, and hence it has collapsed under its own weight because it just cannot support all the weight. So alright, we'll come down here. These are kind of cool. Pile of old metal roofing. It's in decent shape at least. Have no clue. So the church spring that we went by consists of 2 different springs at this point. Now, I really need an ATV at this point because there's a road, an old road that goes up through here. And to really get to the back portion of the property, I mean, I could hike it. My goal is to hike it at least once in my life, but it's a pretty steep grade. Some 30% grades, 37% grades up in there. So it's definitely not for the faint of heart to do. This creek here actually is on the property line. So it kind of cuts the property line right there. I mean, look at that tree. I think it's huge, huge old trees up in here. So now they said it was cleared a while ago, and that a lot of the growth here is newer, which you can kind of tell. A lot of the trees here aren't as big as that one. So I'm sure some trees survived that first time. Now up here, there are golden delicious apple trees, I hear. There's one right by that house, actually right behind it. And then what's funny is the road that we're staying off of is called Apple Tree Lane, which gets its name, of course, derived from the fact that there are apple trees everywhere on this mountain. It's called Big Haw Mountain. Ha ha ha. It's called Haw because of the hawthorn tree, which is what has a berry or something. So, see, there's evidence. Little critters are here. Critters are here. And they go up over there to that house. That neighbor, we circle their property to with about, they have I think 12 acres. And this here, I'd actually love to get a tractor out here and just dig this nasty thing out, whatever it really is. I'd say they probably did it at one point for their water supply, but the problem with it is it gets filled up. Now, where we're going next is we're going to go down the path back towards the graveyard. But one of the big things I need to do here is there's a lot of trash that people just, through the years, they've dumped it. It's kind of nasty, kind of frustrating, but What happens when you don't have a property that's being watched or monitored. And there's bullet riddled, whatever it used to be. So at some point, when I get a tractor up here, or at least when we get a road up here, I can get a dump, maybe a dumpster hauled up here. There's the old house. There's a deer stand up over there on that big tree. Clearly people poaching on my property. Still old metal crap. These things around here you see growing, they grow and they're hollow and they die out and they fall over at the end of the year. Don't know what they are. They do this little thing. I don't care for them much, that's for damn sure. Okie dokie. So, I'd like to at some point put a place up here though. Right up in here again. And oh, there's the old power pole broken. Oh, crap. Don't die. And there it is. The creek. So now you'll see the other side. Down here. Go over this crafty bridge. But it's got... The shame is, people, you know, in the day, really didn't care for stuff. The old timers, they call them, you know, they would throw crap everywhere. They didn't care about the land. So this is the roadway. At some point, I'll have to have someone come out here and gravel it and make it better. But that old barbed wire fence is the actual fence line between us and that neighbor up there. So when you see things like that, there are a couple tires down there, stuff that's just going to be, there's another tire, a real pain in the butt to get out of here. But it is what it is. I mean, nothing's perfect, but I mean, most of the property really doesn't have anything on it. And there's tons of beautiful spots. And so we climbed on, right on the other side of that hump over here. We were coming up through there. And we did have an old power pole down here. And someone had cut it down. And they actually cut it down with an axe. And then we came back here. Someone had cut the part that they cut with the axe down with a saw. They took the old pole, took the transformer off of it. So I don't know what the hell they were up to on that. I mean, however they got up here. But at this point, the property line really follows this path. That's the old road I was telling you about, which will go down. And that's the cars and their bikes. Kind of came with the property. And the property kind of goes straight back that way. So you can, oh, there's actually the place we're running. There's the little out in the house, and there's the little roundhouse that we're running. And so it just cuts right down over here. But what I like to do is, and again, there's that old house over there. It'd be cool to put a house. Another spot would be cool to put a house is here. Now, if we could go higher, you can actually see Grandfather Mountain from the higher parts of our property. It's just like $1 million view. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, we'll see if we ever get there. I can do Airbnb on this house. If we can make money, then maybe we'll do another couple Airbnbs. Guest houses, party houses for friends and family. Gamache fun getaway weekends. So this road is pretty washed out. I'm pretty sure if I can get past the first part with my truck, I can get all this stuff. This is easy to get with my truck, but I do have a concern with another part of it. This is the ridge I was telling you before. We were looking up at this ridge from down there where we climbed from. And this is the part I was telling you about, where it'd be cool to put another place you could put it. Literally is right in here. It's pretty flat. Clear it out. Put a beautiful little house right there. Good view. Okay, this is where the road gets questionable, to say the least. Here's another power pole to the old cabin. So, still positive this part. We could probably finagle with the truck. This is when it gets fun. And Logan, this is for you, this part. I know you'd love to give this one a try. So, here's where it looks like where it goes down. Now, clearly, you could do this. I mean, pretty sure I can. My only fear is to fall in this rut that was dug up over here. All those leaves in it. But I think if I cut these trees out, kind of fell across, I'd be able to get in here relatively easy. It's very dry. It's very tempting to drive up there, but I can't do it. Not without Xander. I have to do it with Xander, otherwise he'll kill me. Whoa! Shoo-be-doo-be-doo-doo. So to get this, they said back in order, it has to be widened. So more likely, like over in this area, it has to be kind of scraped down, leveled out. They said they had to put culverts in. A few years from now, I'll deal with it. We have other things to get done here. Get this house finished. All right, so with that, thank you for taking the journey with me. Bye.